When trading, I've always shown how to make coins out of gold players and special cards such as Team of the Week players or some of the promos EA releases every Friday. But recently, they've had a lot more attention, making it a lot harder to get good trades. So I've taken a step back. I'm no longer looking at desirable special cards or gold players, instead I'm looking at Silver Team of the Weeks, and I'm making a killing doing it. Before I do get into the video though, if you're looking to skip trading and just get straight to earning coins, then there is no better place than Mule Factory. Over there you can get yourself some cheap and fast FIFA 22 coins, completely reliable, and if you use Fnatic 5 at checkout, you'll also get yourself a 5% discount. Link can be found in the description down below. Getting back into the video, Silver Team of the Weeks are the same as Gold Team of the Weeks. They get selected based on their performance for that week, but Silvers are lower rated. Most of the time the player is default a bronze 60 rated card overall, but when they get included within the Team of the Week, they get a crazy boost which takes them to a silver card, most of the time being 74 rated. Just look at Blair Tugger, who is a 64 rated bronze card, but when he got an inform, he went up to a 74 rated silver. But despite getting a much higher rated card overall, it's still not enough for them to have a lot of attention from the rest of the community. I've never once played anyone on FIFA who is using a silver inform, and it comes down to the fact that golds are so much cheaper and so much better. But this does leave the door open for there to be a lot of opportunity when trading with Silver Team of the Weeks. I'm going to be showing you two different methods. The first method is bidding. I always like to bid on players because you can get them so much cheaper than the lowest buy now. With the silver method that I have, because there is next to no one within the community actively searching for these informs, it means that I can keep the search parameter very simple. I go over to the transfer market and in search I put in Silver Team of the Weeks, and that's all I do. I don't have to put a max price, don't have to look for specific leagues, specific nationalities, or even specific positions. I just put Silver Team of the Week and then I can search the market. I will then go across each player one by one. If I see they have a bid on, I will add them to the watch list. If you've watched previous videos, you'll know that's a good indicator that a player is a lot lower compared to the lowest buy now is if they have a bid. The only reason for there to be a bid much higher than the lowest buy now is if they've made a mistake or someone is trying to transfer coins and they're trying to be smart about it. So just go across each player one by one, and if they have a bid on, add them to your watch list. I normally go all the way up to the 30-minute mark or even push to the 1 hour mark depending how much time I have. But the choice is really up to you. You could look for the first 10 minutes if you really want to, or you can go beyond that 1 hour if you do have the time. With all the players added to a watch list, it's now just a waiting game. I will wait for them to get down to the 1 minute mark where I will compare that player's price, and you could do this in one of two ways. You could, if you really want to, have a phone, a tablet, a laptop, or a PC nearby where you can use Footbin to quickly type the player's name in and it will tell you the lowest buy now. Or the other way that you can do it is just compare the player's price by selecting the player within your watch list. This will show every version of that card that is listed, and you can just go across each one and look to see what is the lowest buy now. Whatever the lowest buy now is, you'll work out the 5% EA tax of that, and also take into consideration that you do want to be making coins per card. So you'll also subtract how many coins you actually want to be making as profit. Whatever you're left with will be your maximum bid amount. By the time I've done all of this, I will back out to my watch list, and that player is probably at the 30-second mark. This is where I'll place a bid if it's not already over my maximum bid amount. Most of the time with the bid that you put in at the 30-second mark, you will be able to win the deal. Remember, this is Silver Team of the Week players. Not so many people are actually taking the time to look at these players, so you can win them as trades with no competition. If you do get outbidded, that's perfectly fine, it happens. At this point, what I would do is now wait for them to get down to the last 5 seconds where I'll place another bid. And I'll keep on going through this. If I get outbidded again, wait till the last 5 seconds to place another bid. I've always done this, and it's always there for me to frustrate whoever I'm bidding against. I know that I have all the time in the world. I'm extremely patient, but most people on FIFA, they aren't. They'll get frustrated very easily, remove that player from their watch list and go and find a different player, even if it means that they have to pay a higher price. Even when you get outbidded 9 out of 10 times, you're still able to win these deals for the Silver Team of the Week players. And even though I did tell you to work out your maximum bid amount by working out the 5% EA tax and taking away how many coins you would actually like to make as profit, you really don't need to worry about that most of the time, because most of the time you're able to get them way cheaper, where you're able to make thousands of coins per card without having to deal with any competition. If you don't like bidding, this brings us on to our second way to get these Silver Team of the Weeks, and this is where we look at sniping. Very similar to the bidding filter, you don't need to do anything fancy here. You just put in a filter of Silver Team of the Weeks and then you'll find the lowest buy now. Most of the time it's around 14,500 to 15,000 coins, but do just double check. You want to adjust the lowest buy now so there is only a select few players on the market, whether it be just one page or a couple pages, but nothing more. Once you find the lowest buy now, that is the price that you know you can comfortably sell them for. Now this is the time where you work out the 5% EA tax and also take coins away for you to make profit. At the time recording this gameplay, the lowest buy now was 15,000 coins, and just to make it easy, I decided that I was looking to get them for a maximum of 14,000 coins so that I could make just a couple hundred coins profit per card. This will be the minimum. Anything that gets listed below 14,000, I will also be able to get. So I put the max buy now as 14,000 coins, went up to the max bid price and set that to 50 million, held left on my controller and just continuously searched. As we are dealing with Silver Team of the Weeks, they're not going to be popping up every other second. It may take a minute or two for one to show, but when they do show, you don't need to be super fast like what you have to be in other sniping filters. As long as you're somewhat quick, as in you could do it within a couple seconds, you will be perfectly fine and you will be winning a deal. A lot of them will be listed at 14,000, so you will only just be able to make a couple hundred coins on that card. But you'll also get other players which go for 13,000, 12,000 or even lower. This is where you'll be making thousands of coins per card, and it's still the exact same thing, where you don't need to be super quick, you just need to be relatively quick. There is simply not that many people looking at Silver Team of the Week players, and there's certainly not that many people that's willing to sit there and snipe, because most think that they don't get packed that often. Most believe that it's going to take 10-20 minutes for just one to be listed, and in that time you may only be making 100 coins. But they do show up on average every 1 to 2 minutes, and in some cases you will be able to make a couple thousand coins per trade. Now, throughout the whole video, I have been talking about there being low competition, and it is true for both the sniping method and also the bidding method, but that also gets people asking whether or not there will be people out there that are going to buy these players, and yes, there will. I've personally never gone into a rivals match or a foot champions match and played someone that was using any of these silver informed players, but there are a lot of people out there that support the clubs that these players are playing for, and they're not looking to actually buy them to actually play with them, but they're looking at buying them as collectors. And there's a lot of people out there that are doing this. The silver players also have a higher price compared to a lot of gold informs because they don't get packed as often. Not as many people are opening silver packs for them to actually get any of these silver informs. Most people that open packs, whether it be with FIFA points or even just using their coins within their club, will go to gold packs because they're hoping they'll get the likes of Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, or even look to go and get players that are part of that week's promo, which will give them a lot more coins. Whereas silver players, they just get forgotten about. They're in fact some of the rarest cards within the game because people open a lot of gold packs, but people also open a lot of bronze packs when going through the bronze pack method. Silver packs are actually forgotten about. So there ends up being a limited amount of supply when it comes to these informed players, plus on top of that you still have people looking to buy into them. It is worth noting that it doesn't mean that they're going to sell first time every time. Sometimes you will need to relist them. One of the best ways that I found to actually sell these players is list them for 12 hours overnight. By the time you wake up the following morning, most of them will have sold. This is because most people forget to list their players for 12 hours overnight, and as there isn't as many people playing, it does also lead to there being less live transfers. So if anyone was going to be buying any type of player at that time, they have less of a choice doing so. And sometimes that could also lead to price fluctuation. And with any type of card, you have price fluctuation. But with silver informs, because there is a limited supply, the prices are so much more volatile. you'll see some players be around 19 to 20,000 coins, and then just a couple hours later they will go all the way down to 14 to 15,000 coins. If this does happen to you, do not worry, just keep on relisting and eventually they will sell, because you'll get that turnaround again, that cycle where all of a sudden there is nothing listed on the market for that silver player and you're the only one on the market where you get to dictate the price. If there is anyone that's looking for that player, well, they need to buy yours. If not, they run the risk of coming back later for that player to be at an even higher price. So all in all, trading with silvers has been very, very profitable for me this week. If you do have any questions about anything, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going to see ya.